5. Introducing managing moderators. Users have the same capability as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. Okay, that's interesting. Anyways, guess what time it is? It's 4:20. I am joining you at 4:20. I'm seeing what this light's doing right now, and I don't like it. It's also one of my better lights. Fun stuff. Maybe it's just my lens, yeah? Maybe it's just the lens on my camera. Let me wipe it down. Oh, I think that did it. Oh, yeah, totally did it. Rockstar stuff. Anyways, it's 4:20. My alarm just went off. That's how I know. It has been overcast and raining here for 3 days. I'll be posting a video of me just plowing through the ply out here because I can't stop. I can't stop out here on the ply or I won't make it home. You're new here. What's up, man? Free range. Oh man, I really need glasses. What's up, free range? Good to see you, man. Welcome to my channel. While you're here, you can smash the like button. That's cool. That would help. But yeah, I'm out here at Bombay Beach. It's been raining for 3 days. But since it's 4:20, we're going to celebrate anyways. Pretty much all I'm running right now is my lights. And I don't think they're going to last until like bedtime. You know what I mean? It's been 3 days with no sun. I had to turn my fridge off today because it was draining the battery, but it's still cold in there, thankfully. I'm saving all of my power for my refrigerator right now because I need it. And tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny, so my batteries should be cooking tomorrow, right? Like charge back up. But right now, dude, I fired up my generator, and this generator is a propane generator, and when you fire it up, it's supposed to power an outlet. And then you plug your, RV, power cord into that outlet and it gives the whole RV power. But that outlet isn't getting power right now. And so there's no sense in running my generator. It doesn't help at all. But I did fire it up trying to charge my batteries. But, I think maybe I could fire up the motor, the engine, and charge up the batteries that way, which I might try to do after the live stream. But I just need the power for my fridge primarily. All my food's in there. Anna in Bombay Beach too. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Anna is. What's up, Sam? Sam and Ninja Cat. Old school. Get that diesel burning. Yeah, I might have to do that. Bad plug like Dave had. It could be a bad plug. It could also be a bad fuse. The breakers, I can't figure out which position the breakers are supposed to be in, but I've tested it every way with my voltmeter. It could be a bad plug too. It could be that simple. So it's just gonna take me getting in there, and I don't want to do it right now. It's so sloppy and wet outside. It's not a nice day at all. In Quartzsite, same here. I'm not in Quartzsite. In Quartzsite, it's raining. Yeah. The same cell that went over us over here at Bombay Beach went over, Slab City, Quartzsite, Yuma, messed everybody up. But you can see it's just a sloppy mess. And this is it's just, I don't know, it's playa, so it gets real sticky. You know what I mean? So, but happy 4:20, everybody. Let's see what time it is. See if 4:20 is over. Nope. It's halfway done. 4:20 is halfway done. So 5 more minutes and then it'll be over. So we still got time. If you're just joining, still got time to burn down with Zig. Man, I wish I had charged up. Like, I have this big ass rechargeable battery. This is just a battery pack, right? And it's got like USB on it and stuff. And I wish I had charged it while it was sunny the last couple of days. It just takes so long to charge this because it's 60,000 milliamp hours. So I think that's like 60 amp hours just in this little thing. No inverter or anything on it, so it only does USB. But if I had charged it, I'd at least be able to run my like TV and stuff, because my TV technically runs off of off of USB. I just have a portable monitor for a computer, and it gets powered by USB, and then I plug a Chromecast into it because it's got an HDMI port. So that's how I watch TV, and then I just hotspot the Chromecast with my phone. Yeah, definitely soggy out there. Hopefully quartzite didn't get flooded out, because sometimes quartzite floods pretty bad, just like it does here. In fact, one of the roads here is flooded out. So Sam says that's what I'm doing right now, recharging all the random everything that I have, and now that I'm getting any solar. Yeah, I haven't gotten any sun for the last 3 days. It rained all day today, and it's now overcast for the rest of the day. Yesterday it rained all day. Day before that is when the clouds rolled in, so my solar is struggle busing right now. Like I said, I might have to fire up the engine, because the engine will charge everything. I tried the generator, it's not working, so that's frustrating. Generator would be make more sense. Of course, it has washes. You said folks drive on them. Yeah, there's washes out there, but when it's dry, people drive on them. People camp in them. Like, I camped in Scat and Wash last year, all year long. But you know, the low parts in the washes where you gotta be careful. Just like in the desert, you don't camp in the low spots. Unfortunately for me, I am currently camped in a low spot. I am 200 feet below sea level, over 200 feet. Let's see. And when this whole valley, anytime it rains in this entire valley, it rains and all the water comes right here to the Salton Sea. And I'm camped basically in the Salton Sea. Yeah, I'm negative 200 feet below sea level right now. Does the RV have a feed through to charge your batteries, DC to DC? Yes, when I drive the RV, it charges the batteries. Yeah. It's not exactly made for LifePo batteries, which is what I have in there, but it would give it some charge. You know, I mean, it's not going to charge it the way it should be, or as much as it should be charged. But it will give it some charge, so that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. The generator would be ideal, but like I said, the generator only powers a 30 amp outlet. And then you take the 30 amp cord that powers the RV and you plug it into that outlet. When I plugged it in, nothing was happening. So I went out there and fiddle fucked with the generator and the breakers and checked the fuses and kept testing the outlet with my voltmeter, and there's nothing going into it. So gave up on that. So yeah, might have to just run the diesel, which is unfortunate. I don't like doing that. The diesel is expensive, especially here in California. But Bombay has been good to me otherwise. You know, there's a lot of cool people here. I have gone to Slabs a couple times to go say hi to them. I'm pretty low on gas right now, so I can't exactly go there a lot. But it would be nice to go see them more often. On the upside, maybe you'll find the Salton City ghost ship. I didn't know there was a ghost ship in the Salton Sea. You have to tell you, I have watched you since back when you lived in the Slabs. I've never fit in, spent my life attempting to be part of their society, but cannot do it anymore. Miss band friends. Thanks for the inspiration. Well, you fit in somewhere. You know, everybody is somebody's flavor. You just got to find your tribe, and that's the part that makes us feel lonely, is because you just haven't found a tribe yet. But you know, yeah, that sucks. But yeah, please be inspired. Go find your tribes, you guys. If you haven't, people might surprise you. Sometimes people are better than you think. You know what I mean? They don't always disappoint. But the times they have disappointed makes us jaded, right? Like, makes us kind of give up sometimes. Okay, come on. Come on, Zia. Zia's... She bangs her head sometimes when she gets into the like jumps up on my lap when I'm sitting here, because the table's right there and she hasn't quite learned to like go under the table but on my lap. But yep, still got Zia. Still got this dog. You okay, huh? Okay. She's super sweet though. She's a very big sweetheart. You're a big old sweetheart, aren't you? You just want all the lovins. So what she does, she just soaks up all the love. Zag too. Zag's getting a little jealous from time to time. Oh, yeah, it's a Zia dog. It's a Zia girl. What you think? You want to be famous? Tens and tens of people will love you. Are you a good girl? Huh? Are you a good girl? Oh, I know you're a good girl, Zag. She's right below me. You guys can't see it, but she's sitting here like, I'm a good girl. Right there. I'm a good girl, aren't you, Zag? Yes, you are a good girl. You're a sweetheart. Yeah, what's up, dude? Good to see you, Dave. Yeah, there's good people that are in my chats typically. There's good folks. Dude, she's pretty fast too. She got long legs. She got long ass legs and sprints everywhere. She's either got all chill like this or no chill. And I'll tell you what, since it's been cloudy, it's been really easy to get her back in the house. Like, we're still working on her recall. But it's been really easy to get her back in the house because she doesn't want to be outside as much. It's cold and it's been raining. It's just letting up. Like, the rain seems to just now be stopping. Like, it still drops every once in a while, but... Alright, I'm gonna put you down now, Zia. Everyone got their Zia time. Everyone got their Zia time. Maybe now it's Zag's turn. She's also just getting fat. Zag's getting fat because she's competing with food. You know, she doesn't usually compete for food, but she's been competing lately with Zia. So she just eats as much as she can now. Your ass isn't going on a diet soon, chubby girl, huh? Yeah, you should go on a diet. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's a gross dog kisses. Yeah. You're not going to be able to give her up. It's going to be a pretty special person who, if I do give Zia to someone, it's going to be a pretty awesome fit. But I'll be honest, dude, I might actually be cooked. I really didn't want two dogs. But the universe was like, too bad. I didn't want two dogs. Yeah, you're going to be my brown-headed stepchild. That's what you are. She just put her head down. You didn't see it. But as soon as I said that, she went, yeah, you are. You're going to be my brown-headed stepchild. Oh, dog, girl. Dog, girl. I love you. I love you. Anyways, there's my dogs. Now I got two. Like I said, I might actually be cooked. Jeff, the new slab librarian, he already had a new tiny dog arrive in his life last month. Tiny dogs for everyone. Yeah, dude. I do like smaller dogs more. They eat less, so their dog food bill's cheaper. It's easier to train them because you can like make them do things easier. Even their poops are smaller, so a lot of wins. And if you got chill ones that aren't aggressive, like I've seen some pretty mean ass dogs. But by the way, you guys see me smoking, and I'm broke as a fucking joke right now. Like I think I've got less than $20 to my name. You see me smoking, but that was big shout out to Jim, who drove down to me. I got this email. It was like, hey, man, I want to meet up with you. And I got something to hook you up with. And he drove down to me and hooked me up with a little bit of weed. And this cool-ass safe, dude. This is like a sick safe. I'm going to open it, and then I'll move the camera around so you can see what's in here. Let me flip it. Got to use the key to unlock it. But, yeah, I unlocked it. So he gave me some shake. You know, oh, Captain. This is mine, but yeah, this one hitter. The cool safe, but he also, if this doesn't remind you of the 90s, these also came in it. And then also a little bit of shake. You know, a brush to clean your stuff with. So this is the only reason I even have anything to smoke right now. So big shout out to Jim. I appreciate this kick down, dude. And the safe itself is so cool, man. I've been wanting a little safe like this for a minute. I mean, I have a safe on my Amazon wish list, but it's like a bigger one. But something like this is so perfect. It's so perfect. And the glass can go in there, and it's like safe, you know, it's safe. I know I'm saying that word a lot, but I really dig this thing. So thanks, dude. If you're watching, I appreciate it. This is a pretty sweet kick down, dude. Wonder what's in there rolling around. What could that possibly be that has room? Because there's a lot of foam in there holding everything in place. Nothing should be moving. Oh. It's the one hitter. That's funny. The pipe is keeping it, like, that's cool. Maybe I could rearrange it so that doesn't happen. There's even like a backup lighter in there, some matches, some papers. Oh, it also came with some zigzag cones, which I've now used. There's a couple left in there, plus one already rolled up. Yeah, pretty sick kick down, dude. So, yeah, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Perfect contents for a safe. Hella nice gift. Yeah, dude, I thought it was pretty sweet. Like I said, it's the only reason I'm able to smoke right now is because it had weed in it. He said it was just he couldn't do the flower no more. And some people, that that happens, man. Like, you can't do the flower no more. It's too harsh, too hard on your lungs. So, a lot of people will switch to edibles. I think that's what he said he did. But, yeah, he wanted to kick down what he had left over. The safe is sweet, though. Like, you could, like, hide this really aggressively somewhere, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways. I had a bee fly in here the other day. That sucked. For those who don't know, I'm actually very scared of bees. Like, pretty scared of them. So having to deal with this by myself, I really felt like I needed, like, here's what I need from a woman, dude. I'll protect you from scorpions, from snakes, from spiders. I'll kill them all. I'll catch them and release them, however you want me to do it. If we're killing it with fire, we're killing it with fire. I got this. You just chill. But if there's a bee, dude, no, this one's on you. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing bees. They make honey. Go get your honey. Go save your honey, man. Like, no, bees I don't fuck with. And anyways, one flew in yesterday, so I had to fuck with it. I had to get it out. And actually, I had a back scratcher that's telescopic. And it landed on that, and I put it outside of the window, and it flew away. And I was like, oh, that was way easier than it should have been. Sapphire says I'm allergic to bees. By the way, what's up, Sapphire? One of my road dogs in the house. Yeah, I don't fuck with bees. They actually scare me, and it's not like I'm not allergic, but I used to tell people I was allergic, so I didn't look like such a coward when I'd run away from them. So I used to tell people I was allergic to them, but I'm definitely not. Dude, you could protect her from actual war, just not bees. Yeah, that's a fair point. And the bees in Iraq, dude, the ones here are nothing compared to what they had in Iraq. They had these like giant fucking black, just solid black hornets, and their stingers coming out of their butts. I'm not joking, dude. You can Google these. They're fucking enormous, just solid black, like hornets or something like that. And yeah, I would much rather get shot at than fuck with those things. Those things also, like, oh yeah, I almost delayed an entire convoy because one flew in our truck, and I wouldn't get back in the truck until it wasn't in there no more. So yeah, they are otherworldly creatures. Iraqi bees, dude. Oh man, I don't even know. Everything's bigger in Texas, my ass, dude. The spiders over there, they're fucking camel spiders this big. They're scorpions, the emperor scorpions over there. The bees, like, I don't fuck with the bugs, dude. Like, I'll fuck with the spiders and the scorpions. We used to catch them, but the bees, like, hard fucking pass. It's something about them, dude. I don't know what it is. I think every time I've gotten stung, I wasn't even messing with the bees. Like, they just decided, like, nope, that guy. Like, any other time an animal has endangered me, it's been my fault, except fucking bees, dude. I don't know what the fuck their problem is, but they got issues. And I don't give a shit about honey. There's some strange bugs in other countries, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I would. The Australian bugs fascinate me too. Like, yeah. I know America's got some wild stuff, dude. Like most countries don't have. We're just living with like lions, like cougars, like mountain lions, and we're living with bears, and like that freaks people out from other places. But I don't know, man. Some places have a speed, I think. Like most of the big deserts. If you got the gas, come get me and we'll buy burgers at the range. And oh, is that today? Is today Saturday? No, it's not. I honestly don't know what today is. I don't have the gas though, dude. I don't have the gas to go over. I'm trying to like save every bit of gas I have. And what was I looking up? Oh, today is Saturday. I'll be damned. That actually surprises me. I didn't know today was Saturday. I don't know why. I just didn't. My friend in the Rain Mountains, there is howling and all scary noises in the mountains. He just shrugs. Yeah, I've never been to Iran, but I imagine the mountains out there like are pretty eerie. Use vehicle to drive and also charge batteries. It would be easier for me to just run the motorhome because I'd have to like disconnect the batteries from the motorhome, put them in the van, and do it that way. Put it on the old system basically, and it would just be easier for me to. It would just be easier for me to just turn on the motorhome. Yeah. Not exactly stuck in Bombay Beach, but I don't have a lot of resources to leave. The motorhome is stuck in Bombay Beach right now because we're out here on the playa and it is a sloppy, sloppy mess to get off of the beach. Like any beach would be really in rain. So the motorhome's stuck here, but the van's not. I got it out earlier today. I couldn't stop. You just gotta fucking gun it and you can't stop at anything until you get to like the dry spots. There's a couple of parts through that sand I wasn't sure if I was gonna get stuck or not, and I just like it made it. It slowed down. It got bogged down, but it fucking made it, and I got home. Yes, it did occur to me that the RV probably is semi-permanent currently. Yeah, it sure fucking is. But hey, I'm level. Where I was parked, I was parked at a different spot. And the RV started sinking into it rained a week ago, and the RV started sinking into the sand. And so there was more rain coming, and I'm like, you know what, I should probably move this thing. So I actually couldn't get the RV out. I had to dig out the tires. Not very much, but it just didn't have enough oomph to pull that heavy bastard. It was like sitting on a wheel chalk. It was like trying to drive this from stationary up a wheel chalk and then out. So I had to like dig out my tires a little bit to get it out. Um, so I moved it to a harder packed spot. and it's actually more level than it was. So, I like the spot a little more. I'm not sinking in now that it has been raining because, dude, I sunk in probably like 6 inches in my back wheels sunk down like 6 inches into the. It's not quicksand, but it's like trying to be, if you know what I mean. So if I had been in that spot and it had rained again, since it was already a divot there for my tires, all the water would have pooled there and I would have gone even lower. And, it would have taken more than a tow truck to yank me out. You would have had to bring a semi truck recovery vehicle to get me out. You almost became Sultan Art. Yeah, I'm already Sultan C Art. I do have, by the way, you guys, there's a dude here that's like the only YouTube presence in Bombay Beach. Um, and him and I are talking about doing a collab video next week, like filming it. It might be a couple weeks till it's out, but we've been talking about filming a collab video next week. So we'll have two different videos, unique videos to our like YouTube styles, but they're gonna like intertwine. You know what I mean? I haven't really figured out how yet. We're gonna sit down and kind of draw up a little plan or whatever, but it'd be cool for him to like maybe give us a tour of Bombay Beach. He's been here living out on the beach for years, and in fact, he lives completely off grid and including running including running an air conditioner off of his solar system. So that you don't see very often. So it'd be cool to chat with him and see what life is like for him here in Bombay Beach. But his name's Kevin Key. I posted a link in the comments of my last YouTube video, my last live stream. So if you want to find his channel, it's Kevin Key. He's also got like Instagram, I think, and TikTok and whatnot. But being a live art performance is way better than a abandoned RV art performance. I don't know, man. Out here, there's a lot of art that's made out of a lot of weird stuff, including old RVs and couches and stuff. I showed you some of the art last week. There's so much more art in Bombay Beach, but you guys got to see like a little piece of it. What is the date today? 22nd. Man, the month always has more days than paycheck. And the first, of course, lands on the first lands on a Monday, so sometimes when it lands on the weekend, you get paid early. That's what I was just checking. Or if it's a holiday, you get paid before that holiday or before that weekend. So, nope, lands on a Monday. Just missed the early payday. But a little more than a week. I can make it. Oh my god, the Banana Museum. Is it open? That'd be a fun tour video. The Banana Museum, I'm not sure if it's open or not, but I know what you're talking about. I've never actually been in there, but that might be worth like taking a day drive out and doing a video for it. There's a lot of stuff in this area. There's also Slow Jamistan, which is on the other side of the Salton Sea. And, that might be an interesting spot to share with you guys, too. There's a lot of videos I could do from here. But if you guys want to see videos like that, it would be cool to kick down for gas money. That would make it more possible for me to go out there because, with my paycheck, I'm always balancing on the edge of a knife. Thankfully, I'm not moving right now. I'm not dug in, but I'm where I'm gonna be for a minute. So, I don't need a lot of fuel, but the van does require fuel. Closest gas station is that's what's killing me. The closest gas station's in Nyland, which is probably a 20-minute drive south. There's also another one that's about 20 minutes drive north at a truck stop. So those are the two closest gas stations. And then there's Walmart, which is about the closest like decent grocery store. Walmart is 45 minutes in one direction, or like 42 minutes in the other direction. It is. We are literally smack dab in the middle of nowhere. I am farther from resources here than you are in Slab City. Slab City is like got an island right there, and there is a little market there, Maze, that they have some like basic stuff, you know. Not anywhere you'd go grocery shopping. Somewhere maybe you can get like some hot dogs and lunch meat. Um, they do have meat selections there too, but it's also much more expensive than driving from there from Slabs. It's like 30 minutes or so to Walmart, which that's not a big deal, I guess. But I don't know, for some reason, an extra 15 minutes just makes it a bigger chore. So you end up basically on the road for 2 hours just to go get groceries to get there and back. A little less than 2 hours, but it's definitely smack dab in the middle of nowhere out here. 2.8% raise. Oh, is that the is that the oh yeah, we just did have that's true. I will be getting a 2% raise. That's the cost of living adjustment this year, isn't it? And it happens after the fiscal year, I believe. Maybe it's January. When is Oh, December 1st is when that happens. Yeah, 2.8% increase in December. So that will be the next check. Yeah, dude, that's the one. You're right. Um so what does that put me at? What's 2% of 1,000? Do I get an extra $20? Yeah, I get an extra $20, dude. Is that right? Did I do my math right? Yeah, $20. Yay, an extra $20. Go me. Because the cost of living has only gone up 2%. Sure, it has. Yeah, January check, but in the VA they pay you a month early. So my January check comes in December. Get some gas cans, fill them when you get gas for the van. Yeah, I mean that's just something else to carry, to be honest with you. I do have a diesel can, but December 31st payment. So not for the VA. For the VA, I'll be getting it on December 1st. For with the first payment reflected. Oh, so the first payment's going to be reflected on the January check, but the increase is effective December 1st, 2025, with first increase payments reflected on the January 2026 check. So, yeah, you're right. So that won't show up until January. 2.8, 20 bones, man. I wonder what I'm going to spend that raise on, dude. I mean, $20, dude. That's actually that's I'm already balancing on the edge of a knife, so $20 is $20. I'll take it. That's like 4 gallons of gas. At least here it is. Probably more somewhere else. It's actually $28. Yeah, you're right. It's $28. That $8 does matter, dude. That's true. That the $8. I feel like I just got 2 raises because I was just like rounding the wrong way, but I was rounding, so it's $28. So I just got a $20 raise and then $8 on top of that. So like hell yeah. Have you been working on your VA disability increase? So the latest and greatest on that is no, I haven't. I did just get here and I don't have the fuel to drive into El Centro because El Centro is probably an hour and 15 minutes away. And that's going to be the closest spot where they have county VSOs. But the VA clinic there is satellite clinic out of San Diego. So either I go to the VSO here and have them do everything, or I drive to San Diego at the VA there and have them do everything. So I think I would prefer to do it in San Diego because it has such a bigger veteran population and they're probably more streamlined. But I do need to sit down with like an advocate of some kind to get me into the systems because there's all these like systems that you have to log into for the VA and I like e-benefits and then there's like my healthy vet and they've probably added a dozen more since I've messed with with the VA. And last time I tried to get into it, I got hung up at the part where I had to prove my identity. I had to reprove my identity again to DOD. And for some reason they wouldn't take the picture I had, so is there a VFW close to you? No, there's not. There's an American Legion in town, but it's not exactly an American Legion. There's not enough veterans in this town or people for it to really justify being open. Um, but they do like meals for the community. The whole town will show up and they'll feed the town. And veterans eat for free. So I have eaten there a few times. But it's pretty basic food and they're not well funded. But there is a Legion there's no VSO at the Legion, but there is a American Legion here. Paid for your meal. You did. Did I get a kick down? Sometimes I don't get notifications when I get donations. Yeah, it's not a VFW, but it's not a real American Legion. They're open for everybody. They're one of the few American Legions in the country that's open for anyone to go there. And there's no VSO there. It's just like it's more of a community center than anything. Like if you saw it and went there, you'd know what I'm talking about. They don't really like, and there's like 6 veterans in this town, anyways. There's only 2 of us that I've met so far who are here from like post 9/11. Most of them are like old Vietnam vets or even like 80s and 90s veterans who like peacetime veterans. So, um, most of the people who even work there aren't veterans. I think there's only one dude who is like the commander or whatever who works there. Is the little green store still open in Bombay? Yeah, dude. Yeah, it sure is. In fact, next week I'll be filming a video of Bombay Beach and I'll be collabing with Kevin Key out here, who's been a longtime resident of the beach itself. He's one of the few people who live out here on the beach. And he's a property owner. He bought property down here on the playa. So we're going to be collabing. He's got a YouTube channel as well, about the same size as mine. And we're going to be, he's going to do a video, I'm going to do a video, and they're going to intersect. That's kind of the plan that we've come up with so far. So hoping to do that next week, do all the filming, and I'm going to feature that store in that video too. It took me 11 years to get 100% P&T. By the way, for those who wondering, P&T, 100% P&T, what that means is permanent and total. So they can't take away your disability. Right now, if I go get reevaluated right now, they might be like, well, we've actually decided that you're less disabled than we originally, evaluated you as, so we're going to take away some of your money. That happens to veterans when they get re-examined. So I hope that I'm a little worried about that actually, but nevertheless, if I do get 100%, dude, that'll be fucking life-changing. That'll be life-changing. That would be like, $3,200 a month. If you ask the owner, she'll allow you to shower there. I got actually a friend who owns property here in town, and I could shower at their place. And the hot spring still exists too down in Slabs. But I don't know if anybody saw my short. The ski in here is doing Thanksgiving meal for like nothing, dude. It's like $22 or $25. So if you wanted to kick down for that, that'd be sweet too. If not, I actually do have an idea. I have a plan, but I'm not sure if it'll work or not. Tough jobs. Whoa, relax. Man, I didn't even make it all the way through this. It's so stony. Like, I lit that at 420, and it's 5. Is it raining up at your place, Heath? I know you're in the same sort of, like, general area as far as weather. You're probably sharing the same rain clouds. Oh, there it is. I was looking for this. Is that better? I have a light. I probably should have been using it the whole time, huh? He says, we enjoyed Bombay Beach. Stayed there twice back 18 and 17. No one was staying there. No art on the beach. Yeah, the art on the beach, as the water recedes away, people just keep adding more art installations to the beach. And it's receding a lot, and it's doing it real fast. So, like the last, I'd say 3 years, lost hundreds of feet of beach. Or gained, I guess would be the word. Gained hundreds of feet of beach. Lost hundreds of feet of water. But it is a neat little town, to be honest with you. Dude, my batteries right now are at 12.1. And that makes me nervous. Like, much lower than that, I'm gonna have to turn everything off. And I don't want to. My fridge is the thing that's struggle busing the most. Oh, the fridge just kicked on, and now I'm at 11.2. My battery management system's gonna turn on eventually, and my lights are gonna go down, and all the power is gonna turn off. That's when I'm gonna fire up the RV. Hopefully, with all the rain, it will help. No, it won't help, dude. This thing is drying up. This lake is not gonna be here in 10 years. It's gonna be gone. 20 years at the most. But it's losing so much water every year, and no one's fixing it. Does your generator work? Not right now, dude. I'm not. I explained this at the beginning of the chat because I was just messing with it when I started the live stream. But the generator turns on and it runs, and the motorhome, it has, like, the generator powers an outlet, a 30 amp outlet, and I take the RV power cord and I plug it into the outlet, and that outlet's not getting power. I plugged into it, couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting any more juice into my batteries, and then I traced everything back to that plug with my voltmeter, and that plug isn't getting power. I messed with the breakers, I messed with the fuse, like, everything looks okay, but it's not getting, the generator is running, but it's not producing power to the outlet. So it could be somewhere, maybe a bad outlet, all the way back to the generator, something's going wrong. So I might have to actually just fire up the motorhome and let it run for a minute, because that'll charge up the batteries. Then what happens with the air quality after the sea is gone? Yeah, I mean, air quality out here is already pretty bad. Like, they've studied it for a while. Air quality out here is already shit. So, like, yeah, what do you do about that? I don't know what the solution to that would be. 2 breakers on the Jenny. There's 2 there's 2 breakers, a 20 and a 30 amp, and I've messed with both of them. And then there's a 5 amp fuse, which I assume is like a starter fuse, maybe. I'm not sure, but the fuse looks okay. And I've tested the outlet in when the breakers are in either position. You know what I mean? I've tested it, so I'm not really sure what the issue is, but it runs. It runs great. Could probably use an oil change, but yeah, it runs fine. Pretty sure that's where my cancer came from, the government. Oh, from being out here in Bombay? Or Yeah, well, damn. Yeah, I'm not sure why the outlet's not getting power. Not without like taking the outlet apart and getting to that negative and that positive, and um, putting my voltmeter on it, and then maybe I can find out if it's the outlet or not. Could be a bad breaker, I know. And they're like built into the damn generator. Like it feels like there's resistance when you turn the generator on. Like there's resistance in the switch. And then when you flip it the other way, the breakers, it goes click real easily. You know what I mean? Like, so I know which way's on. But still no power going to the outlet. So it could be bad breaker, or it could be all the way back to the outlet. It could be bad outlet or somewhere in between. Who fucking knows? But it was working just fine last time I used it. Just couldn't get it going today. And I kind of thought that would be my like fallback because it's been 3 days of clouds out here. So my solar is not doing well. Yeah, now it's at 11 volts. Hey, what's up, Sparking? How you doing, dude? Dan Stern says it'll be a disaster if it goes dry. I think the investors will pump water into it so if they can use the water for process lithium. So that could be true. However, most of the lithium is being pulled not from the surface level water, but underground. Like they're digging. Like for example, the hot springs in slabs is a lithium hot springs. So the geothermal plants down here will dig down and find water that's got lithium in it. And all they're doing, so far as I've heard, is that they're attaching separators to the currently existing geothermal plants, and it's separating the lithium from the water and then putting the water back. Maybe they'll pump the water right back onto the surface. That would be cool. Um, that would make sense. But as it stands, I don't think they are. I think that they're putting it right back into the ground. So there's not a lot of motivation to save the sea itself. Because the water that they're getting for the lithium isn't coming from the sea. It's coming from underneath it in like the groundwater. But the geothermal plants will be here. They might build more now that there's more land to build them on. You know what I mean? I think that is something that is in the works, is for them to build more geothermal, because you can see them out here during the day, but there's geothermal plants like off into the horizon on the other side of the sea, and they just they boil water with geothermal, like with the ground heat, and that boils water, turns the steam turns the turbine, generates electricity. Same idea with nuclear power, except they boil the water with nuclear energy. And if you go over there to where the geothermal plants are, that's also where you'll find the mud pots, where there's just muddy water boiling right out of the ground, dude. It's like right at the boiling temperature. In fact, right now we're below sea level, so it's actually, we'll boil quicker here than like at sea level. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen to this place. Like the Salton Sea is an accident to begin with, but now that it's just disappearing, and there's no plan to save it, not as a recreation center, I think you'll probably see a lot of off-roading going on, and if it's flat enough, maybe like what you see at the Salt Flats of Utah is like them doing those jet cars and shit out here on the playa. I could see that. I'm gonna be losing power soon. So you guys got me for another 10 minutes. We'll make that a solid hour long live stream. The Potash mine in Moab, Utah, pumps water from the Colorado River into the ground and then pump it back out to process it in evaporative ponds. That's interesting. Huh. I know the Colorado's used for quite a bit. They don't even it doesn't even reach the ocean anymore, the Colorado. 214 degrees to boil Fahrenheit to boil 212 feet below sea level. And what's the boiling point for sea level? Is it 256? Is that the boiling point for water? 256? It should be more below sea level because it's higher atmospheric pressure. And more pressure means, more easier to boil, faster to boil. That's why it takes longer to boil at higher altitudes, because the atmosphere is thinner, so it's less that's a hard word all of a sudden. Atmospheric pressure on your water. Are they trying to conserve the marshes with hay bales? They are. That makes more sense, Dave. 220. I have seen hay bales out here. I think that has more to do with flood prevention than protecting marshes, but there are more marshes out here that isn't even like this is salt water out here at the Salton Sea, but out further almost by the geothermal plants, actually, there's a bunch of marshes that are freshwater, and big bird population, actually less and less every year. But there's there's a wildlife preserve over there, and I haven't been out there in a minute. They might be doing hay bales. I'm not sure. I haven't been out there in a couple years. But they put a whole bunch here at Salton, on the Salton Sea, right here near Bombay. And I remember someone like last year was talking about why those were out there, and I thought they were flood prevent, but I could be wrong about that. That doesn't actually make a whole lot of sense. Like a decent flood would fuck up a hay bale. Maybe it has something to do with that. I'm not sure. I'll ask around tomorrow. But you're right. They have like these hay bales lined up. Goes pretty far. On just going down the beach, and then they have another row. Like they're like maybe 30 feet, 40 feet away from each other. There'll be another row of hay bales, and then another one. There's like 3 or 4 rows over there. Not really sure why. You thought the hay bales were to keep the dust down. That could be it too. I think the hay bales and rows cut in the ground are for wind control. I'm just laughing because everyone's got like a different idea for what they're for. Well, we've all seen them. Like we know they're there, and we're like, oh yeah, it's to keep the dust down, or like flood control. Actually, flood control makes no fucking sense. Water would fuck those things up pretty quick. Like moldy, and they just disintegrate. Same theory as laying logs across a fast-moving. Oh, logs would make more sense, but they float. Yeah, dude, I'm not quite sure. Keeps the dust down. Maybe it has multiple uses. I'm gonna look it up right now. Why are they putting hay bales on the Salton Sea? Dust busting efforts on the Salton Sea. Yeah, to keep the dust down. Maybe if we get lucky, the Colorado River will flood and fill the sea back up. It flooded down here for 18 months. The Salton Sea flooded. Or, I'm sorry, the Colorado flooded for 18 months. And for 18 months, it just filled this area up with water. That's how this was made. And the winner is, yeah, dust. Toxic dust. The exposed playa is a source of dust storms that contain harmful particles impacting human health in the surrounding communities. The exposed playa is exactly where my RV, it's literally sitting on the playa. Cool, dude. Love that for me. So the hay bales is for dust. As far as Social Security, if you live off grid or homeless, there's a utility adjustment you can get if you don't have constant electricity, energy, gas, and whatnot. They give you $189 extra a month. I don't think they do that for veterans, though. They're going to need a lot of hay. Well, they're in the right place for it because a lot of it is grown here. This is all agriculture out here. You know, as far as the eye can see, there's just like hay bales that people are growing. And then cows, like oceans of cows. It smells terrible when you drive past them, but anyways, you guys, I'm gonna take off. I'll probably do a live stream again tomorrow. I'm gonna conserve all my power. Actually, I'm gonna turn off my power right now. And that sucks. My fridge is gonna get warm. But I'm gonna cook dinner here in a minute. I got some burgers. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. I ain't got no power anymore. Like my lights will turn off before the end of the night. So, but that's okay. I will survive. Tomorrow the sun will be out. So says the weatherman. If anyone wants to kick down, all my links are in the description of this video. And I would really appreciate it. I could really use it. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for participating in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, miles of smiles.